Hi everybody, Ahmad here from Landtrust Title of Central Florida. Let's talk title. Today, I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about some of the common issues that we see that cause delays in closings. And so, as I'm highlighting all of these things, I want you to keep in mind that the primary thing that you guys as real estate professionals need to do, and your clients need to do in particular, if you're representing the seller, is to make sure that you're communicating effectively and often with us at the title company, so that as we're coming up with solutions to some of the problems that are showing up, we can communicate that to you guys and vice versa as well. So some of the common issues that we see that often have impacts on when a closing can occur is just seeing regular judgments that are showing up on the title search. And so what I mean by regular judgments is whether we have a credit card judgment or some other kind of certified judgment that's been recorded in public records, those things need to be paid off. And so ultimately what that requires on the part of the seller is to communicate with us and provide us with authorization to be able to collect the information on their behalf so we can put those numbers on the final settlement statement and get that amount paid out at closing so that we don't have to hold any funds back or delay closing, in particular if the amounts that are showing up on that judgment are really high. In addition to that, we deal with some pretty significant issues and delays when there's judgments that are associated specifically with the condo associations or the HOAs. And the reason for that is when there are any kind of liens or back due payments that haven't been taken care of, and there's liens that are associated with that, a lot of times those files are already with an attorney's office. And some of the protections that exist in Florida law that require homeowners associations and condo associations to respond to us at the title company within a specific amount of time don't really fall and apply to those law firms that are representing the associations. And so a lot of times requesting information can become burdensome and time consuming, and we need a little bit of extra time to be able to collect that information, make sure that the amounts that need to be paid are paid off at the closing table, make sure that any liens that are attached to the property are removed, and we can actually issue a policy and close the transaction without having any kind of issues that are related to the seller of the property. And in addition to that, we also see some significant delays when we're dealing with issues related to probate. And so what I mean by that is we've had instances where contract is put together and a seller of the property or someone who assumes that they're the seller of the property is under contract with the potential buyer. And what we find out after we've done our due diligence is, well, who's the person that's on title is not the same person who's on the contract. And the reason for that is the person that actually is on title of the property has passed away, and because there's a will or because that person that signed the contract is either the spouse or the child of the person who's passed away, they assume that they're able to just jump into the shoes of the seller and sell the property. However, there are very important procedural steps that need to be taken as far as probate is concerned in order to be able to clear title and make sure that the property is actually transferred to the right person and we can get that property sold. And in particular, when we're dealing with probate, those can be some pretty long delays that can push the closing date out several months, if not longer than that. So in essence, what we need to do is have clear, open, and consistent communication between the title company, the real estate agents, and with the buyers and sellers so we can make sure that we're collecting all of the information early and being able to communicate any issues that come up as early as we can when we are trying to deal with those issues on our side of the transaction. So just clear, open communication is going to be key to getting the transaction closed on time. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to working with you.